On this 50-point inspection, I have this collaboration brew from Abomination Brewing Company. They're brewed out of the 12% project out of North Haven, Connecticut. This is a collaboration with Two Villain Brewing, and it's their Crawling Out of the Fog double IPA. So another variation of the Fog series from Abomination. It's a double IPA at 8.5% ABV. That's the two breweries' logos. And I have not had this version of it before, and I don't even know. It says 23.25, so I'm not quite sure. Maybe the 205th day of 2023. It must be a Julian code. So I'd say it's kind of fresh, if it's that, because midway through the year, and that's kind of like a midway number for the Julian code. So yeah, within a month I would probably figure out somewhere around there. Anyways, let's go ahead and crack this one open, give it a pour. Alright, the head on this, it's a pretty big head. There's it's kind of soap sudsy and it's white. A lot of sediment poured out into this brew. You can see that. Lots of sediment. It looks like pulpy orange juice. It's got this orange color. It is opaque, can't see through it. And speaking of orange juice, from afar I am picking up on aromatics of orange juice. I've liked most of the Fog series. There's been one that I was kind of like, it was still good, but it definitely wasn't my favorite. I had that one recently on one of the YouTubers' channels that I visit, either Alex Beerman, Miscellaneous, or Last Beer, maybe even over at Tanner's, but he's been mostly doing whiskey and stuff lately as far as live. So yeah, let's get some more aromas here. Yeah, it's got some other fruit notes to it. I can't really pinpoint from afar. I mean, the orange juice thing just popped. That was like an easy one. I'm not going to guess right now. Let's just get closer. Alright, there's a candy sweetness. Some nice, like, sweet bread malt notes. I'd say there's a bit of strawberry. A little touch of, like, grapefruit. Passion fruit. Alright, I'm going to dive on in now, so cheers. First off, body, it's about a medium body. Very smooth palate on this one. Very soft beer. I'm going to say it's quite bitter as well. That bitterness kind of just hits on the back and it just rings out. I noticed a lot of caramel presence from the malt. First thing, I'm not huge on a lot of beers having a significant amount of caramel. And that totally hit like a caramel, like a sugar daddy type thing. So, first impression, not that impressed. Let's go back in and see what else we can find, see if we can find some things that we do like about this one. Yeah, it's still got that kind of orange juice vibe a little bit. Bit of that berry, maybe like an unripened strawberry. So very green strawberry. There is a lot of like grassy notes to this, kind of piney as well. That's where it kind of goes into that bitterness. It was almost like an alcohol presence too. I'm tasting alcohol at 8.5%. Nowadays, with the amount of high gravity beers that don't present any alcohol type notes, yeah, it's a pretty shoddy job. There is a warming as well. It goes down into the chest. very big burn in the throat. That could be hop burn more so than an alcoholic burn. This is more like a hop burn, causing almost like an acid reflux type feel in my throat. So yeah, I think the hops are definitely very present still. So like I said, probably a fairly fresh brew at this point. Yeah, I'd say for the most part, what I'm picking up now is more so just like grass and pine. A little bit of the citrus coming through from that orange juice type note, kind of picking up on some pithiness, orange rind, orange peel, rind, whatever. Kind of on the finish with that pine and just grass. Oh. And a little bit of like a wheat and a cracker type note also coming from the malt. First hit was that it was kind of sweet. The caramel note is now very subdued. I think I just noticed it because it was there like right off the bat, but now with everything else it's kind of subdued, so not as bad. But yeah, very, very grassy, piney, pithy, kind of bitter. I'm going to say this is an extremely bitter. If it's like a New England IPA, it's like the tops of bitterness. As far as a West Coast, this is like sitting pretty with like kind of what a West Coast comes off for the most part. So, and I don't even know where Two Villains Brewing is from. So, don't know the hops either as to what they used in this. Maybe it will say all that information when I look it up on Untapped to find what other people thought about it. First, I'm gonna go ahead and give my score. Okay, I'm ready to give my score, but first, let's check out what they say on Untapped. Brewed with 2-row golden naked flaked oats, wheat, and a touch of rye, this foggy riff on the popular Abomination series was then whirlpooled heavily with Citra before being double dry hopped with Citra+Mosaic LUPOMAX+Nelson+Simcoe Cryo. Big notes of grapefruit, zest, and papaya run through with a big mouthfeel and firm bitterness in a finish consisting of kushy citrus. Kushy. So I'm thinking that's like a dank citrus. Yeah, out of 553 ratings, this beer scores a 4.16 out of 5, which on my scale would put it as a very good beer. Now let's go over what I thought about it with my 50-point inspection. On the appearance, even though it did have the floaties, it's fine. I left it at a 6 out of 6 for the appearance. It had a nice coloration to it anyways. The aromatics, I was at a 7.5 out of 10. On the flavor score, I was at a 13 out of 19. The body on this was absolutely phenomenal. 5 out of 5. I also put the mouthfeel in with the body. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for that. The overall on this one for me, I'm at a 7 out of 10. Still not one of my favorite from the whole Fog series. Definitely a little bit of a different twist with this one, I would say, too. But that's going to give the Crawling Out of the Fog double IPA collaboration with Abomination Brewing and Two Villain Brewing a bumpy 38.5 out of 50, which is going to land this as a good beer. So I just want to say cheers. Thank you all for watching.